By next year, Canada will be ready to accept almost 500,000 immigrants. While this sounds like terrific news, the number of persons returning to where they came from barely 2 years after moving to Canada does not think so. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about economic events around the world and bring you tips to survive the economic storm anywhere you are. In today's video, I'm going to show you how the high cost of living, limited job opportunities, rent, weather, and the general economy of Canada are bringing this once golden country to its knees. Stay with me as we uncover the economic problems of Canada and potential solutions that could rescue it from collapse. Canada, with its welcoming nature and beautiful landscapes, has long been regarded as one of the world's leading economies. However, in recent times, Canada has not been living up to its name. Could it be that the gold rush in Canada has ended? Let's find out what exactly is happening in Canada. This country, once a blossoming economy, has seen a significant decline in its economic performance, and I'm going to show you how moving to Canada for a lot of people turned out to be a not-so-good decision. In the past, getting a Canadian visa was an automatic assurance of life getting better, but not many people are interested in living in Canada as before. I'm going to show you what has led to this turnaround. Several factors have contributed to this downward trend in Canada's economy. We'll begin with the monster chasing everyone, household debt. And I'm going to show you how householders being in debt is affecting not just individuals, but the economy as a whole. Canada is currently the country with the highest debt index among the G7 countries. The number of households free from debt is way less than that of those owing. Practically all households are struggling with paying off one debt or the other, from mortgages, student loans, and auto loans to medical debt. The strain is heavy. Over the past decade, Canadian households have accumulated substantial debt driven by factors such as rising housing prices and easy access to credit. Debt is bad for any country because it can cripple its economy. How? High household debt levels can clamp down consumer spending, which is a vital component of a healthy economy, as it'll lower tax revenues and reduce entrepreneurial activity. Canadians are now more concerned with paying off accrued debt and reducing spending as much as they can. By allocating more of their income towards debt repayment, there is less money available for spending, ultimately affecting business revenues and overall economic activity. Take America, for instance, where a recession is currently being delayed by consumers because of their continuous spending. You can check out my previous video where I talked in detail about this. If Canada doesn't start acting the way America is, then a recession is closer than we think. I'll be showing you how this is causing thousands of Canadians and non-Canadians alike to flee the state. The inflation in Canada currently isn't helping either. Recently, Canada's inflation has gone up significantly, with an increase in the price of groceries and gas. Canada's annual inflation spiked to 8.1%, forcing central banks to increase their interest rate. The cost of living, particularly in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver, has been on the rise in recent years. Many individuals, especially those starting families or looking for affordable housing, feel that their financial situation would be more manageable elsewhere, which offers a low cost of living destination that can present a better quality of life and more financial stability. Many have acted on this. The high cost of living in certain parts of Canada is causing people to leave in their hundreds. Who wouldn't, when you'll be required to pay about $2,500 in a month for a tiny space? Forget about ever owning a home. Rents are becoming increasingly high as there is a growing demand for housing, and many struggle to find affordable housing in Canada. Housing has become one of the hottest investments around, and as a result, it has pushed many prospective buyers and renters beyond their breaking points. Rising housing prices, increasing education costs, and the overall expense of living can make it challenging for some individuals and families to sustain their desired lifestyle in the country. Two places are notorious for being ridiculously expensive in Canada: Toronto and Vancouver. Here, things cost twice as much as they normally would in other places. Food prices are also at an all-time high. Believe it or not, Canada's weather is another cause for its economy's decline. Canada experiences cold more times than it does warmth. Many immigrants find that they cannot cope with Canada's extremely cold weather, and so they leave. Some Canadians themselves have relocated to places that are much warmer, simply for climate reasons. Some individuals seek warmer climates and year-round outdoor activities that Canada's climate cannot offer. Well, we know what that means when people begin leaving a country. If you're enjoying this video, please let me know in the comments section. What do you think about Canada's weather affecting its economy? Let us know in the comments section. Now, I'm going to show you how Canada's economy doesn't make it the best option to relocate to. Not with its impending economic collapse. Canada's economic downfall can also be attributed to a lack of innovation and productivity growth. Yes, the country has a well-educated workforce and invests in research and development all right, but it still struggles to translate these investments into significant technological advancements and productivity gains. The country needs to focus on fostering innovation, encouraging entrepreneurship, and creating an environment that supports the commercialization of new ideas. Many immigrants who came in search of jobs have been left frustrated. Many had no choice but to accept jobs that they were beyond overqualified for. How would you feel seeing your college professor working as a sales attendant at a retail shop? That's just wrong. Well, this is the reality of many immigrants. They find it difficult to get jobs that they're qualified for or that they can advance their careers. When they do see some of these jobs, there is the Canadian experience to contend with, as most hirers insist on employing foreigners with some level of Canadian experience. The big question is, will you be willing to sacrifice a couple of your life-gaining experiences, literally starting over with hopes that you'd finally achieve your dreams? Saying yes is a gamble many will not take. As an immigrant, it'll be challenging to remain in Canada without a proper job, since you will need to spend a lot of money as you try to settle and pay a lot of taxes simultaneously. Canada shouldn't focus on letting foreigners come into its country. It should create reasons for them to stay by making jobs available for them. Due to the challenge of securing high-paying jobs or advancing their careers within the country, immigrants seek opportunities elsewhere where they believe their skills and qualifications will be better rewarded. A survey report found 34% of immigrants selected through the economic category were employed in lower-skilled jobs. That's doctors, engineers, and the like working in places where they do not apply any of their skills. Without a more innovative economy, Canada risks falling further behind in the global marketplace. This economic outlook doesn't only affect immigrants, but also citizens. In a few minutes, I'll show you how. Brain drain is a serious problem causing a further downturn in Canada's economy. When talented individuals leave Canada in search of better economic opportunities abroad than their country can offer, it worsens the country's economic challenges by reducing its talent pool and hindering innovation. The longer Canada remains in this position, the more its problems will be, as this economic downfall can impact its global competitiveness. Canada risks losing its competitive edge in the global marketplace, and this can affect its ability to attract foreign investments and maintain favorable trade relationships. Another reason for Canada's economic decline is its reliance on natural resources. Historically, the country's economy has been greatly influenced by the extraction and export of resources such as oil, gas, and minerals. However, the global shift towards renewable energy sources and the subsequent decline in fossil fuel demand has hit Canada's resource-dependent industries hard. The decline in global demand for fossil fuels has affected Canada's economy. The country's heavy reliance on resource extraction leaves it vulnerable to fluctuations in commodity prices, making it challenging to diversify its economic base. A consequence of the economic decline is a slowdown in economic growth. This can lead to job losses, reduced business investments, and decreased government revenues, ultimately straining public services and social programs. If you like this video, the algorithm thinks you'll love the next one. Canada has the potential to become a country that lives up to expectations if it'll implement some urgent solutions. By addressing high household debt levels, investing in sectors such as technology, innovation, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing, Canada can create new job opportunities, attract investment, and promote sustainable economic growth. The increasing number of people leaving Canada for various reasons like limited economic opportunities and the high cost of living should make the Government of Canada alert to ways it can reverse this trend and save the country from collapse.